You are about to start watching an In Conversation with Bernard Cornwell, the master storyteller who will shortly be joining us for another instalment of our speaker series, and you can watch it here via live stream. Our associate editor and host for the evening, Toby Young, will lead a discussion on the best-selling author's life and career, uncovering the real history behind his gripping tales of war and heroism, including The Last Kingdom and much-loved Sharpe series. The first 15 minutes of this event will be free to watch on our YouTube channel, but this live stream is exclusively for Spectator magazine subscribers. So you'll need to head over to spectator.co.uk/live to subscribe and view the rest. For just £3 for 3 months, you can access all of our live streams, our daily commentary, podcasts, as well as our video content.
Welcome to the Spectator event's exclusive speaker series, where we bring you closer to the lives of those who shape the culture and ideas of today. For tonight's event, please give a very warm round of applause to your host, the Conservative Life peer and founder and director of the Free Speech Union, Toby Young.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. We've got a real treat in store for you. I should say that if anyone wants to buy or has brought along with them a copy of Sharpe Storm, our guest tonight, Bernard Cornwell, will be signing them just outside the door. You probably passed the signing table on your way in. The way this is going to work is I'm going to interview Bernard on stage for 45, 50 minutes, and then we'll throw it open to you to ask questions for about 20, 25 minutes, and then we'll conclude at about 8:15 for the book signing. So, Bernard Cornwell is the author of more than 60 novels, including the Warlord Chronicles, the Grail Quest, the Starbuck series, the Saxon Stories, and the Sharpe series, to which he's just added one more, Sharpe Storm, taking the total number of Sharpe novels to 25. Described by the Boston Globe as the greatest writer of historical fiction today, he sold over 20 million copies of the Sharpe series alone. Numerous novels of his have been adapted for television, and he's been recognised with an OBE. Surely it won't be long before Bernard Cornwell receives the knighthood he so richly deserves. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the soon-to-be Sir Bernard Cornwell.
Whether anybody will like this book, whether an agent will like it, whether a publisher will like it, let alone a reader, then I think you can have a total loss of confidence, and that probably leads to writer's block. But I don't have those excuses. And I mean, you get a bad day, and if it's a bad day and it doesn't go well, it just means that you've made a wrong choice somewhere, and you have to tear that day up and rewrite it the next day. So no, I don't suffer from writer's block.
And how much rewriting do you do?
A lot. I'm not sure. It's probably because it's all on a computer. It's probably, each book is written about 3 times, I'd guess. But I tend to look at the previous day's work first thing every morning, and at night I go through what I've done that day. And then you do, I mean, I find, because I cannot plan a book, I have no idea where a book is going. And the joy of writing a book is to discover what happens, which is what is the joy of reading a book. And I'll frequently get a third of the way into a book and think while I'm walking the dog, oh, it would be much better if it had started some other place. Mm-hmm. So I go back and I start again and I rewrite that one. And then you get 2/3 of the way through and you think, hell, it would be better if, so you go back and rewrite that bit. And I've just got to the point on the book I'm writing now, which is about 1/3 of the way through, and I've spent the last 2 days thinking, I'm an idiot, it should have started X, Y, Z instead. So I know the moment I get back, I'm just going to start the book again.
So you have started, having completed Sharpe Storm, you've started on your next book?
Yeah.
And can I ask what it's about?
It's another Uhtred.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I'm running out of creativity.
Another Uhtred, very exciting.
And people seem to want another Uhtred, I don't know why.
And is it a prequel or is it...
No, it's smack in the middle, and he's going to do something extraordinary. It is much too ambitious. And he never mentions it again, which is terribly annoying. Which happens with Sharpe too. I mean, you know, Sharpe was at the Battle of Trafalgar, but he never mentions it from 1805 on. Although he can mention it in this new book.
You said, I think, about the new book that I think I'm going to quote you now. Sharpe got himself into a 2-body problem. I'd been merrily planning to have him in one place at the end of Storm, and then when I happened to glance through Siege to check some facts, I realised to my horror that he was already somewhere else on the exact date I needed him to finish Storm, so I needed a new solution. How often does that happen when you go back chronologically and write these out of sequence?
Too often. Yeah. I mean, most of the time, well, there are two Sharpe series. The first one begins with Sharpe's Eagle and ends with Waterloo. That went from 1808 to 1815. And then when Sean Bean came along, it struck me that maybe people would like other Sharpe novels. So I went back to India. And then, of course, eventually the Indian novels catch up with the 1808. And I'd like to say they were dovetailed neatly. They're not. They're bodged together. And it has all sorts of unforeseen consequences. Every woman he meets in this second series has to die because she's not around for the first series. And that really upset me because my favorite Sharpe heroine was Lady Grace in Sharpe's Trafalgar. And I really resented having to kill her, but that was, she had to go. And there were other things too. I mean, in the first series, because I'd given Sharpe a backstory, he'd been in India, I didn't really have to work out what he did in India. I mean, he was just there. And I'd read about Wellington in India, so I knew enough to sort of fill out that backstory. And I said that he learned to read in the Tipu Sultan's dungeons in Seringapatam. And then I wrote Sharpe's Tiger, and I worked out that he was only in the dungeons for 5 days. And as an exercise in writing, I think chapter 5 of Sharpe's Tiger is a work of brilliance because it gives you the impression that time is passing. And it gives it brilliantly. I mean, I slaved over this. And you just get the idea that the world is turning, galaxies are being created, and poor Sharpe is stuck in a dungeon learning to read. It's actually 5 days.
Quick study.
And lots of that happened. And it's going to happen with Uhtred too, I know it is, because, I mean, what I'm planning for him is extraordinary, but he's never going to mention it again to anybody.
You said on your website about the solution of the two-body problem in Sharpe Storm. I'm relieved to say that after a difficult year, the two-body problem has been resolved, and Sharpe has shown his usual cunning, determination, and bravery to fight his way through to an ending I really like.
Yeah.
I know you're joking, but to what extent does Sharpe come alive when you're writing a Sharpe novel and kind of dictate the action and go in a different direction to the plot?
He's a horrible companion, but he's with me all the time. I hear him in my head. It's always that grumpy Sean Bean accent, bastard. And you know, he's a terribly real character. I mean, I've lived with Sharpe now for 46 years, and he's there. And I sort of like him. I don't think he'd like me, but I like him. And it is a joy.
Any other inspirations apart from C.S. Forester? What about George MacDonald Fraser?
Oh, I love George. George is much cleverer than I am.